Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're back on another MCOC news. It's a Friday, everyone's feeling great because it's the weekend, but there's loads of news stories that we've got to cover, all incredibly interesting, so let's get into it. In 48 hours, a lot of things can change in the game, and a lot of batshit crazy stuff has meant that there's some fire in the community, there's also some happiness, and at the same time there's some freebies and some sneak peeks. Our first bit of news comes from Wednesday night's issue, and this was a bit too late for me to report it, especially because I take Thursdays off. This broke about the issue with the master key, in that as soon as you got the master key you weren't able to enter the master mode, and there was some errors which meant that hey, it wasn't applicable to actually get into master mode until the Thursday morning. At the point of this video being released, I've not seen anything with regards to the legend run being clarified. Obviously people that were going for a legend run would not be able to get into master, therefore not completing it in a sufficient time. Hopefully there is some sort of information, and Kabam needs to box clever with regards to this, and hopefully we get a decent result. Our next bit of news is Marvel Insider. Guys, I've already produced a video guide for Marvel Insider with regards to the Carnage bundle and the new 3-star nostalgia bundle. The link to that is in the description. It shows you how to gain points and also how to set this up. And it doesn't really matter if you're a US resident, you need to follow the video and it'll give you some decent instructions. But it's really exciting to see these being added each month, and it's always important to get your activities done, including the ones for the quests for Marvel Contest of Champions, earning those points and then adding them in and then purchasing them stuff, because you know, some good stuff that's for free, guys. Doesn't matter if you're low rated or high rated, it's all about freebies, and you'll only moan that you don't get anything for free. Look, here's some free stuff. You just need to buy it with a point, and the points can be earned by activities. It's very simple stuff. Just follow the video that I've produced. Link is in the description below, and you can do things like the Secret Empire, get all these points here, and hey, you know, you can earn 90,000 points. You need 135,000, constantly redeemed by doing things like Seawalk Comics and other things in the other comics section there, and you'll get it. Easy peasy. Our next story is Act 5 Chapter 2. Now, a lot of people are talking about this as being a money grabbing thing. Now, one thing I really would like to point out is that if you moan to Kabam and say your content is too easy, then they're going to make things too hard. And if they do that, it's going to come at a cost. The next thing is the extent of money being dropped. Now, if you're a whale, and there are plenty of whales as we know in the game, even prominent YouTubers are putting money into increasing the amount of units they have in order to tackle these very kind of hard aspects of the game. So, you know, it's not particularly brilliant at the moment, and I myself are going to take a little bit of a kind of a back. I'm going to back off for about a month and then see about potentially getting into doing or 100%ing Chapter 2 of Act 5. I've got a big kind of pointer in that I'm going to be going for Labyrinth of Legends and also getting that Legends badge, but I'm going to do it at my own pace, as many other people will do. And as we discussed in a previous MCOC news video, people were complaining quite extensively about the lack of rewards, and hopefully in time that by the end of the act there are some completely decent stuff. But at what cost to the player? Is it going to be a case that people are going to be putting in a lot of money in? However though, Kabam do state that the levels will get a lot easier at the point of, say, September time. So maybe look out to do it then, even though the rewards will get a little bit worse, which again is kind of odd. It's going to get a lot more easier, so hey. This is a big complaint that's going on at the moment, and this is on the forums. It goes back to that old message that was in the game. And this question is the 5-star featured crystal with a sub pool broken? Now, what I thought I'd do with this is, because I did see some stuff on Facebook, and I took that evidence and I took it to Kabam and I asked them for comment. They stated, you're not going to see every champion in a crystal roll by when you spin it, simply due to how many champions are in any given crystal. The bottom display feature is random and pulls from the available heroes in the crystal, but there is over 70 heroes in a featured 5-star crystal. This is then backed up by the information in the forum post, which states that somebody saw a screenshot with Venom and Old Man Logan. Someone said that they saw Crossbones and a Karnak, but then stated that maybe just low percentage of drop rate in order to get it. And obviously balancing that out with the argument that Trocus has put here in that these are where these champions are meant to be featured. So we're seeing Venom, which is in July, and therefore, you know, should be seen in that crystal. And also we've got Old Man Logan, which is there, and Crossbones and Karnak. So September, October, a good spread of champions that are technically in the sub pool to be in the featured crystal for Carnage. But obviously it's just about luck and the drop rate. We stick with the forum for a bit of old news, which I think is important to kind of let people know where to go on this. There's a character wish list that's still an open thread on the suggestions and requests part of the forum. It's important if you have a champion that or a character in Marvel that you really want to see in the game, go over to it, the link is in the description, and just put some information about what champion you want. Follow the guidelines as stated here, and yeah, champion that's not in the game, let's see if we can get it in the game. Our final story is all about MCOC mods and the early release of Spider-Man movie, which will probably be Spider-Man Homecoming, and Vulture into the game. A lot of the information in this video is kind of very working and basic, based on the fact that they've not actually made the characters fully in the game. These are kind of, they're working on them, so it's not really good enough for me to make a video on them because abilities and things are not exactly correct, except for, I'd say, the animations which we're seeing at the moment. So at the moment the specials are the things that are correct, and the fighting stats and stars, the strikes that the character does. Spider-Man in particular is a little bit different to the standard Spider-Mans that we know. It seems a little bit more natural, kind of like a little bit like boxing stats, which I kind of like. It's a bit different than the other ones. I think that's, you know, people would say, oh, it's a reskin. Yeah, it's a reskin, but at the same time, they've changed a lot about the way the champion kind of looks and feels. Same thing like Miles Morales is different in some ways to the standard Spider-Man and symbiote Spider-Man. Vulture is, you know, I think we might have to wait until we get the full release, because this is an early release prior to any kind of developers getting in and making alterations as they're meant to. So guys, that's MCOC news. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit a like on the video and also share and subscribe and help support this channel for the MCOC news. I will be going away hopefully this weekend to make some decent graphics and stuff. But only time will tell if I'll be able to have time to do that. I've got some other stuff and other content to be making. But there will be an MCOC news on Saturday, and it will be a kind of a recap of the week, and may feature guests in the future, but at the same time some lightheartedness and maybe some tip videos here or there. So thanks very much again, support, and thanks very much. Bye bye.